no hands. I did it. It timed and came in just at the right time, just like what I thought it should. So now I know I have a button that I can push and then go away for a quarter of an hour, and it will just come back and go live whenever I'm not here. So
He's good, isn't he?
You need hands.
Who needs Ted? We need Ted, but apart from that, we haven't got Ted. We are Tedless
Ted.
tonight. So good evening and welcome to the Monday eModels live stream show thing that we do on a Monday live on the eModels channel. So we are here. As you noticed, I'm not Ted. I'm Chris. Yeah. Over here we have. Now wait a minute. Let me get it right. We've got Colin.
Hello, folks.
And Foxx.
Hello, folks.
See, look, it worked.
I don't know why I said the same as Colin.
So that was my bit. We're deciding. We haven't decided as yet whether you'd like to have this view of the three of us like this, or this view of the three of us like this. So
This
just
is
looking
the
back
kind
at the
of- this is kind of
opticians,
CNN election night. Yeah,
number
I
one
know.
or number two? Number one or number two? Please vote
Well,
now.
yeah,
And
this is like
I
the
might
news night
notice-
interview, and this is
We'll,
like
we'll
the,
see which one we're going to do. And
This
go
is the
from there,
Dallas
but-
bit, isn't it? The old JR, what's his name? No, not JR Hartley. It was JR Ewing.
Chris, can you get us to rotate round constantly? So he's like,
I
If
could,
you
but
can
it
press-
means dragging people around, and
oh,
it
does
gets
it? Oh,
very
you can't,
confusing.
because that's really disturbing to people trying to
Oh, I'm
watch.
getting all giddy
Um,
now.
But what I
Oh.
should do is do that one and press the terms and conditions button. So Fox
Oh,
can
yeah.
give us the terms and conditions while I collate the votes.
Yes, well, seeing as Chris didn't actually say anything, you may notice that Ted is missing. He's perfectly fine, but his broadband is balked. Yes, he's got no internet tonight. He's having some issues with his broadband provider, who shall remain unnamed. But he's having some technical issues, so he's not able to. He's got like a 0.25 megabit connection. It's not even dial-up. It's like writing something on a bit of paper and just walking it around to the person. That's how fast his broadband is right now. So he can't sadly. He may drop in and out of chat, although that does mean him using up his mobile data, which is probably not recommended. So he may join you in chat. But take care, Ted. You are terribly missed. You are strongly, terribly missed. So I don't know what we're going to talk about. Yes, welcome. This is the eModels Monday show. It's your show. It's all about you guys hanging out in chat and having a jolly good time with all your friends in chat. If you're watching this and you can't see the chat is just there in the YouTube sense. Not there, because that's them two, but beyond them two, beyond their faces, their masterful visages, there should be the YouTube chat. If you're on the YouTube channel, if you're watching it somewhere else, I don't know why I did that. That's the universal gesture for somewhere else. If you're watching it somewhere else, like embedded on Twitter or Facebook or something like that, or on the eModels website, you just need to click the YouTube button that's down in the bottom right-hand corner, underneath all the video playing controls. And that'll
Underneath
take
me,
you to
no
the
doubt.
YouTube
It's down
page.
there. I'll do a Ted.
Yeah,
it's down there.
down under Chris's butt.
Push
Wait.
down there. No, wait, no.
Family friendly. Look at the post-it note.
Look at the post-it.
Yeah, so if do come and join the chat, hit that YouTube button. It'll take you to the YouTube page where you can carry on watching and you can join in the live chat, especially if you're watching on the eModels channel. But keep that tab open because you need to buy things. But yes, do join us. We all have the chat in front of us. As we say every week, we're all really old, so we all have trouble seeing things. We've all got tiny iPads with the chat on. So if you want to get our attention, please do put your comments in big fat capital letters so we have a chance to see them as they whiz past our old man glasses eyes. But if you want to, you can also do a super chat, which is the little dollar symbol button at the bottom of the chat window. If you want to, you can press that and do a super chat. That puts it in a coloured box then, and we can't possibly miss your comment. But do talk it around in the chat. Do ask us questions. Ask us anything. Doesn't have to be model making, can be about anything you want. We can ask us about pencils, about Arctic Tern. You can ask us about molecules. You can ask us about space. It could be anything. No religion and politics. But do give us stuff to talk about because, dear God, with Ted not here, we need all your help we can get. So please give us stuff to talk about. I think that's all the terms and conditions, I think.
Good. I've been collating the votes and everything, and vaguely, number 2 won.
Really?
The best reason I've got for number 2 winning is Dan says 2, I guess, because it puts you all in portrait, which irritates Fox.
Well, hang on then. If we're doing this, which one of us is Wolf Blitzer?
Oh,
Who's the Republican and who's the Democrat? This is like a sort of CNN interview, election night interview, where there's like the newscaster and 2 other people.
see, they'll all be staring at me baby blues now, won't they?
Yeah.
Don't get too
Yeah, but
close.
that's when you have to
It
go like
makes
that.
the finger of shame work so much better, though. The finger of shame works a lot better.
See, I can't do this now because my hat actually covers the light up, so you can't get a close up of my ball.
We do have
But
a Ted in chat. Ted
what I
is
can
in
do-
chat.
Moist.
Ted says he has less than 0 megabits per second. He's actually giving internet away to other people rather than using it himself. So
Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be easier to log on to his own hotspot and come in that way? Because has obviously got more than he's got.
Can you not log into Nextdoor's wireless? No, you haven't got wireless.
yeah, no, but people are saying as long as
Osric
Ted's okay, which
9000
he is.
Chris is asking where your at is, mate.
Oh, yeah,
I've got it there.
I have a
I don't even know how to go full screen because I've got myself on fairly big screen. I've gone back with this one again this week.
Yay!
Oh, look. Hat of goodness.
See, if it wasn't for all the black stripes on that, I'd be doing his Dark Materials impressions. Lyra, where is Lyra?
Have I got a polar bear?
But it's a tiger, not a polar bear. So
I'm not going to go and find a different one.
Oh, you need to get a polar bear so I can sit here and do that bloke from Game of Thrones that plays the polar bear voice.
I don't know which one you're talking about. What?
The guy that plays the polar bear in his Dark Materials was also one of the guys. He played the guy with the stone flesh thing. And do you not know people by their voices?
No, got no idea. Well, unless
Honestly.
it's my own.
I
Yeah,
could be wrong.
only just know about
I
you two.
Somebody who's watching can look up on the Googles, but I'm pretty sure the guy that voices the big polar bear, the king polar bear, whatever he's called, is the same actor that played the guy in Game of Thrones that got the stone flesh on his arm that fell in love with.
Oh, yeah, I know the geezer you mean. Yeah.
But I think he's putting on like a deep voice like this, which seems to be the polar bear. Lyra.
Yeah, doing a bit of an husky voice, yeah.
What polar bear?
Yeah.
What? I don't know a polar bear in Game of Thrones. What?
No, his Dark Materials, you spoon. I don't know. I didn't like that at first. First series, I didn't like it, but the second series, it's growing on me now.
It's just another thing Sean Bean died in, isn't it?
It's a thing, isn't it?
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Captain
Wait, no, Sean Bean's not been in it.
What, Game of Thrones?
No, his Dark Materials.
All right, so you've moved on to a totally different subject.
We're not going to recreate Game of Thrones again, are we? Because I'm not taking my clothes off again.
Oh,
it's too
again?
cold.
I don't. No, you don't want to do that again. I've still got the marks on the carpet.
I've put Colin over that side, so I can very easily push this button here and do that, so he can do his stuff. Because it's Festa time.
Oh, factoid.
I've decided it's Festa time.
Oh dear, oh Lord! I think
you were just sitting there thinking about like potatoes or something.
I was trying to envisage where the bear was in Game of Thrones. And I'm like, I can't remember seeing one.
I don't remember a bear.
Colin, just so you know, we're live now, mate.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Look at the screen, Cole. Right, we've got a factoid for you, folks. On this very day in 1972, Apollo 17, the sixth and last US moon mission, blasted off from Cape Canaveral. Flight Commander Eugene Cernan was the last man on the moon. Like how I looked around the camera there and you didn't notice.
I didn't notice at all. I wonder why you're looking around everything, but yeah.
Yeah, with him on the voyage of the command module, America and the lunar module, China, were Ronald Evans and Harrison H. Jack Schmidt, who was the lunar module pilot. There you go. So that was that.
Module.
What do we want? Do we want births or do we want deaths first?
I don't mind as long as you tell me which.
Go for hatched first, yeah?
Yeah, go for hatched.
Okay, then let's have a Doris for a change.
Wait a minute, what are we doing? What?
We've got birth of the week, mate.
Okay.
Or many.
Oh yes, Chris needs to know for the buttons, don't you, for the captions?
Yeah, because I've got no Ted C, so I've got to kill a bit of time, haven't I? On this very day, Eleanor Gibson was born, and she was an American psychologist who studied learning processes in children. She's remembered for a virtual cliff experiment, God, that don't sound good, which showed how an infant's depth perception helps prevent injuries and falls. There you go. And she was born in 1910.
Yeah.
So she's obviously brown bread now.
Unless that child is me, because I don't have depth perception, so I wouldn't fail at that test.
Exactly. We got a we got a Swiss pioneer glaciologist who was one of the first to explain how the movement of glaciers produce geological results. And his name was Johann von Charpentier. And he was born on this day in 1786.
I have to applaud the fact it's all the English words that tripped you up and all the Swiss names.
Oh,
fine.
mate, I'm absolutely useless, aren't I? got some deaths now, folks. Let's have a look. George B. Kitsiakowski dropped dead, and he was what was he? He was a Russian chemist who worked on developing the first atomic bomb and later advocated banning nuclear weapons.
As many of the physicists that worked on the bomb did.
They did, didn't they?
Yep, not all of them, but a lot of them did.
Got another one here, an Austrian-American chemist and historian called Otto Einstein Schmiel.
Schmiel.
Cool.
So say that surname again.
Einstein Schmiel. Schmiel.
Schmiel. I can't even tell what letters will be in that. It's more of an onomatopoeia than a name.
Oh, mate, it's impressive. I'm pretty much quite impressed with myself for getting that one. He dropped dead. And we got a good name here, a good American name. Forrest Ray Moulton died on this day in 1952 at the age of 80. And he advanced planetismal theory of the origin of the solar system. I can see him killing himself up there. He's a rotter.
Can I just go back and say you didn't tell us anything about Mr. Schmiel?
Oh, didn't I?
No, you didn't get it.
Oh, sorry, guys. I thought I told you that he was an Austrian-American chemist and historian.
You didn't tell us any of that.
Didn't I?
I didn't understand a word of that, but no.
Yeah, he worked as a chemist and did something with fish oil.
Like you do.
Like you do.
But then the warrant expired, and
What else? Oh, yeah, here we go. This one is the piece de resistance.
That was good French, that was.
Yeah, that was almost relaxing.
Oh, yeah. But apparently I'm bilingual. Is that a word? Anyway.
You're barely monolingual. That's
not the word that Mrs. Fester said when she said what she said.
Got a French diplomat for you. And his name was Vicomte Ferdinand des Lesseps.
Lesseps.
Lesseps. Lesseps.
I like the way you say. I like the way you say Lesseps. Like you kind of got bored halfway through the word Lesseps.
Yeah, it's like yeah. I thought I was going to call him lettuce for a minute. And he supervised the construction of the Suez Canal.
Ooh.
Absolutely, mate.
Do you know where the Suez Canal is?
Egypt.
I was hoping you'd say Suez, but there you go.
No, that's a pudding, isn't it? Oh no, that's suet.
It's in the water, isn't it?
So yeah, that's your deaths of the week, folks.
There we go.
Hopefully treated with respect and dignity.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely, because I heard raucous laughter from downstairs. So.
Ted's in the chat. He says to me, it's the first time he's seen the captions. Yeah, I forgot, actually, because we haven't got a Ted. I should cross Ted out.
Oh, yeah,
there you go. Sorry, Ted, I'll put the big red X over your head.
Yeah. I did actually, because people, you have to realise we don't actually go back and watch these streams once we've done them, because we...
Well, yeah, think about it. I've done something else. I've moved something somehow. I'm going to fix things. That was locked. How did I move that?
This is where we all start talking in high-pitched voices. Lyra, silver tongue.
No, he's got that Fester button that makes me go, how'd you do?
Well, how do you do? Hello. What, posh Fester?
Yeah.
You've got filters on your microphone, posh Fester.
Yeah, click.
That was one we
First class ticket to Nottingham, please.
Sitting here in my library. What?
Birmingham 24242.
I bet that's someone's house. You can't give out numbers like that. People will phone it.
I have to ask the question, by the way. Given that we're all roughly around about the same age, although some have more age than others, do we all have mothers who put on the phone voice?
Hyacinth Bucket. Yeah, my mum. She's any one of you guys know Catherine Tate?
Yep.
Not personally.
You know the character Nan.
No, I don't.
That's my mum. I can't say the words, but you know, like when the builders come round and don't clean up.
Yeah.
My mum will do all the big grown-up sweary words, and then the phone goes, "Oh, hello."
Yeah, Mama Foxx has always been the same. Hello.
Yeah, the phone voice. And also when someone knocks on the door and they get, oh yes, where do you want me to sign? And then comes in, what blood hell did he want? Getting me up out of my chair.
Phil Lewis says to me, when you apply the cross to someone's portrait, it should make a gunshot sound. That'd be cruel. When it's not a crosshairs, it's not that he's been assassinated. He's still there in chat, probably.
Oh, poor Ted.
Well, we should have like a sound effect.
Yeah.
So yes.
Spiddy's going, oh dear, we're Tedless. Yes, it will degenerate with us three idiots here. I've just realised I'm the oldest one here.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm the youngest one here, and it doesn't even help.
By a significant margin, there's like about an entire lifetime between that side. And that
we're not allowed to remind Foxx that in 12 months' time he's 50.
Of course, it was Fox's birthday last week, wasn't it? He didn't mention it.
Well, it was. Yeah, it was.
Birthday to Foxx. Happy birthday to Foxx.
Happy birthday to Fox. Happy birthday to Fox.
Birthday to Foxx.
I had some interesting presents. I got beer, and I got my friend Martin, who always gets me a new volume every year. I got volume 6 of Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin, the manga.
Oh, man.
But I also got lots of beer and an envelope full of screws and a wood plane.
Why did you do the sound effect to explain the plane?
To explain the plane?
That's a bit like me with food, isn't it? Oh, spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Yeah, I had to do some work on the front porch to fix it. So he dropped off a plane saying, there you go, that'll fix it. So I'm like, okay.
You did grown-up DIY things.
No. Well, it's only because the porch wouldn't open. I was getting sick of it sticking and people leaving packages outside and stuff.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
But I had to plane underneath the door, but like there's like the floor and then the door there. There's like that much clearance. So I've got this plane outside and it's wet, and I'm like, I can't get it underneath. Oh, I did it.
Oh, Foxx Walsh.
And
you're saying your doors have got that much clearance between the floor and the door?
Yeah, you sure that's not stable doors?
That's not. That's like from a cowboy film, and it's the big.
Yeah,
I mean, like you've got the ground, then you've got like a bit of brick, and then you've got like the door ledge, and then you've got the porch door. The door's like that far off the ground.
Ah, right. I thought you meant you just had that much gap underneath the door.
Yeah, so that's a bit drafty, Chris, isn't it?
That's only where you need big rats to get through.
So. Someone said something that I didn't like, but I can't find it now.
We're complimenting none of us.
Paul Line says Colin's death of the week could have been Ted's broadband.
There is that.
Could have been.
People are saying happy birthday to me. Thank you very much. We forgot to ask the question, of course, because Ted's not here. If you were a tree... No, that's not the right question. If you were a tree... No, we're bench and belly. What's on your bench? What are you working on right now? It doesn't have to be a model, although this is an eModels show, so you better just make it up if it's not a model. What model are you working on right now? And what's in your belly? What have you had for your dinner? Or what are you going to have for your dinner?
I found it.
And don't forget, of course.
Spruglu said Chris looks like the oldest.
Oh, it's because of the whiteness. It's because of the whiteness.
Yeah, but you could have the world's best cats in bird's eye.
It's not grey up here. It's just grey down here. I think it's starting at the bottom and working its way up.
When my buddy Martin dropped off my presents the other day, it's the first time I've seen him since like February for obvious reasons, and his hair has gone from like brown to like salt and pepper. And I'm like, whoa, what's that all about? And he's like, I know, I've got kids. What can I say? So, but yeah,
that normally helps.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to get the white hair and the white beard because you get away with so much when you've got white hair and white beard, but it's not happening.
Yeah, Chris is going, no, you don't.
Ted said he's realised it's the gathering of the beards tonight. Yes, so you've got to grow one for next week.
Chris, hat.
Yeah.
Chris, hat.
Yeah, you think you've got away with it, but we have noticed.
Hat.
You can't sit there with your eModels coat on and not have your hat on.
Yeah. It's not the same if you haven't got double the normal set of eyes and two noses.
He looks so impressed.
EC Idaho says, Chris, I'm with you. Grey is all in the beard, not in the hair.
Yeah. So yes, bench and belly. What are you eating? And if you must tell us about a model that you're making, we'll vaguely mention it because we really just care about the food. It's the food we're interested in, really.
B3 says belly was cheeseburger and onion rings. Bench is the crane and turtle freighter. I don't know the turtle freighter. I don't think I've seen
it. He's doing the AT crane, isn't he, out of Mandalorian as a Greebills building. Yes. It is mint, mate.
B3 is our friend Steve, who he doesn't make kits. He buys kits and then just smushes them all together like a particle collider. And he gets like a tank and he turns it into like a spaceship. And everything is scratch built out of junk and scrap and bits of kits. And he's making the AT crane from The Mandalorian, about which we will say nothing in case of spoilers, but
Hmm.
it's basically an AT-AT with a crane on top, and he just
Spoilers.
happens to have all the bits to make it. Spoilers.
Anders says to me, it's a very Sean Connery style beard.
Smash it.
Mm. Osric 9000, belly, grilled salmon fillet with pasta and pesto sauce, pesto
posh,
sauce
isn't it?
even. Bench he's saying he hopes to start the DAS work L900 truck this week.
I think you may have got his name slightly correct by accident.
Ostrich 9 million, should I have
There
said?
you go.
Ostrich 87,
There you
yeah.
We do apologise for getting your name correct. Ostrich 90 per trillion.
Yeah.
Ted says has had sausage and chips in the belly. Baneblade abandoned on the bench from last night.
Yes, he tried to do a stream last night, and because of his broadband issues, it all went to pot, and he's very sad now. He was not happy. I was up with him till midnight, comforting him and trying to figure out what was wrong with his broadband. He was not happy. Paul Lyon says, belly, sheesh. Sheesh, as in sheesh. I think you mean sheesh kebab. Sheesh and chicken and lamb doner kebab. Oh, there you go. Yeah, sheesh kebab, chicken kebab. Oh, that's like 3 kebabs in one. Sheesh and chicken and lamb doner kebab with chips and naan bread. Bench my eModels order I haven't put away yet. We need to know what the order was. But also, now I really want like all the kebabs, you absolute swine.
Spruglo says, see no evil, speak no evil, and hear no evil. Which one was that? I'm on this. I'll be there here.
See no evil, see no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Or
You ain't doing it. Do it, Colin.
Do what?
oh no! Are you with us? Are you thinking about pork pies again?
No, I was just about to read. I was just about to read out Tim Young's. I was scrolling up the chat, mate. Sorry, what was
I
that?
don't know. I mean, I don't listen to myself when I talk, but at least listen
Oh,
to everybody
mate,
else.
I'm
No,
a
you
bit
don't.
mutton and all, so I'm like, yeah, what?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought you was on a ramble, mate. So I just
Dan
ignored
says,
you
and again with a
scrolled
blank
through
look.
the chat.
Yeah, he's good
It's
at that
true.
blank
I
look
have,
tonight.
I have created that monster in that when I start talking, everybody else just goes to sleep. So
Yeah,
I
we
can't
just
get
like,
around that.
I'll have a scroll over there and
What was that?
Photoshop.
Tim Young
Tim
said-
Young's. I'll do the
Totes
100 in
profesh.
Fox.
Totes profesh.
Go on, mate.
I'm shutting up now, sir.
Wait a minute,
Go now, stop.
I can cure this. I can cure this very easily just by pushing that button. There we go. Right,
Yeah.
what were we want to talk about, Colin?
Tim Young, belly, shepherd's pie, bench, another 124th New York street scene, and more smash graffiti. Ask Fox, he says.
Yes, he built a little sort of diorama just purely for the sake of building a diorama. It's like a little bit of a wall with a doorway and some graffiti on the wall, and all the graffiti.
Right, yeah.
All the graffiti was actual proper graffiti from New York. I assume he's looked at reference pictures and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he just reproduced all this graffiti on this diorama.
Yeah,
And one of them was just the random word smash.
yeah.
Just smash. And I just like the sound of the word. And I said, oh, smash. And he said, yeah, basically the guy that painted that graffiti saw his picture and was like, I did that.
Oh, mint.
And I'm like, what are the odds of the person that painted that graffiti seeing at some point later on your model that had his graffiti in it?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I mean, some of the graffiti you see is absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Mm.
Absolutely stunning stuff.
Yeah.
Primetime modelling, belly, spag bowl, bench still working on the Nicky Lauda Ferrari, mate.
Cool.
I've lost. It jumped. Oh,
Next one
Graham
up is
has,
Graham Robert.
Belly beef stew with carrots, turnips, spuds, nom nom. And
Ooh,
doesn't say
turnips.
about the bench, so that's fine. That's all right.
you don't often hear about turnips. Turnips are really nice, but not often you see them mentioned, is it?
No, normally it's a derogatory name. You call someone, innit? You turn.
Dan Kramer has somehow aligned all the planets and stars in perfection because he's somehow been able to get McRib and fries. So it must be that one time of the decade when McDonald's released the McRib. Because it's like once every couple of years they go, we've got them now, and now they've sold out. Bye. So he's got McRib and fries. Nobody hates him. The same stuff I've mentioned for weeks now, says Dan Kramer. And EC Idaho says, Belly, no idea what is for dinner. Grilled cheese for lunch, and bench still that damn AMT P40N.
Mm.
Graham M.
After you, Colin.
Belly, chicken, ham, and leek pie. Bench some Lego to get me mojo back.
Is that M with an H?
M with
Should
an H.
I do Graham M
M.
again just for a giggle? No, I won't. That's right.
No,
Donald
that's probably
Mackenzie.
me that does that, isn't it?
What?
Belly fish finger piece. I don't know what a bit of piece.
What's a fish finger piece?
Don't know what a fish finger piece is. Bench Bandai X-Ring for a friend's Christmas. Shh, don't tell them. It might be a secret.
Cool.
Oh, Spiddy Q8, Chris, you might want to plug your ears for this one, mate. His belly, fish and chips, bench, a space waiting for Iron Man.
Yeah, no, I told him about that. The Iron
Yeah, I
Man
saw
part
your-
work is apparently becoming live. So, yeah,
I saw the
It
thing
is.
on your channel, mate. It's like,
I might have accidentally subscribed to it.
No, dear. Is this going to be another thing that I've got no idea how you're going to fit it on your bench?
don't tell Mrs. Chris then.
It's not half scale. It's not a half scale Iron Man. It's a third scale.
Mm.
So it's
Ooh,
only
that
going to be
means
2
it's-
foot tall.
Yeah, that means it's smaller than my Master Chief, which I fit on the desk because it was standing that way.
That's right. I remember you doing that, the big
Yeah.
Master Chief. Yeah.
Marty's downstairs looking impressive in the cabinet. It just jumped. I was going to read one. Oh, well.
Highland Boy. Belly
yes,
salmon fish
Highland-
cakes. Bench Honda CRF 1000L Africa Twin 1/6 scale motorbike. That's very nice from Tamiya. That's very good. Well done.
Somebody knows about that Africa Twins kit, don't they?
I don't know who knows about that. Colin knows about that. It's bikes, isn't it? I was pointing that way,
what?
but he's over there. It's Colin over there.
Yeah.
He's over there.
I-
No, that way.
Dave, I did it again, didn't I? What?
just nod and go, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put your
dear.
batteries in, love. Put your
No,
batteries
I was just scrolling to find the next one again. Sorry, mate.
in.
Dave Cardboard says, speaking of Baneblade, he says, I've been catching up on Ted's build a bit today, or drink along with Ted as he's tending to think of it.
Yeah.
There
Ted,
you go.
Ted does his little live streams at the bench and he may have a little snifter of something in a glass while he works.
I do like his Baneblade, though, because it's got all the movable bits, and
Movable
Yeah.
bits.
I think the
Anders
next
Eriksson
one's for you as well, Colin.
Oh, go on. Actually, yes, I'll let you read Anders' ones out.
Oh, you
Well, look at the post-it
naughty
note.
man. Yeah, I am.
Look at it a lot.
Mm. Belly. Oh my God. Wellenbergari, Medgradasas, ok potatoes. Bench, you know it will last forever.
What was that?
Yeah.
What?
Wallenberger Medgradasas ok potatoes.
Potatoes.
I like the
Right,
word. I
okay.
like the word potatoes. I like
Potatoes.
Is
I
that,
like,
is, that, is that pie mash and liquor?
Boy, mashing like
Oh,
I instantly like the word potatoes. I think we can guess what that is.
potatoes. Yeah,
I think we can
potatoes.
guess
It's
what that one
spud,
is.
isn't it?
It must be. It must be. I'm sure
So
it'll
it's
give
a
us
something. It's a something burger
give us
with.
an
I think
explanation
that's
soon.
burger and fries.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know what
gonna go for.
gradsas is, but potatoes is. Yeah. And we know-
Burger with bacon, banger,
Gradsas. What does it sound like?
sauce, brown sauce.
Brown sauce. Burger with brown sauce and chips. And we,
He's
we
just
know
going to go. Yeah, that's
we
it.
know, of course, on the bench is his Panzer IV that will go on forever.
Oh, we're not
Mayhem
interested
Model
in
Works. Mayhem Model Works says belly leftover meatballs from last night along with chips. Everybody eats meatballs. Why is everybody eating meatballs on a Monday night?
How can you have
Always the
leftover
way.
meatballs?
that.
I don't
Because that's
understand
all
how that
that's
happens.
left on the shelves, mate.
I haven't seen meatballs in years.
I don't understand how you can have leftover meatballs. Surely you just eat them all.
Yeah, this is also a good
I
point.
don't.
Oh yeah, you
Get that.
couldn't leave them, could you? You'd be like, I'm having that.
Andrew Preston says Hazlitt sandwiches with an H, and Revell U-boat with interior 1144th. What's a Hazlitt?
Sounds fishy.
Does anyone know what a Hazlitt is?
It definitely sounds fishy to me. It sounds like a fish type.
So it's a fish sandwich.
Don't know.
Although
Aslet.
it does say with an H, so it's Hazlitt.
Yeah, Aslet.
Paul Lyons tells us what his his emails order from eModels was. Order was thinners, paints, varnish, a Mengtoon B17 to build during your Christmas build.
Oh yes.
I got the Char B1, right. And a Mengtoon Sherman for his daughter. That's interesting.
Oh, mint. Steve 131, belly, minted lamb and mushroom. Bench
Minted
Tamiya
lamb and
130
mushroom.
Yeah,
That
bench
sounds
is a
like a song.
Tamiya 135th Churchill.
Oh yeah, you can't beat Tamiya 135th tanks. They're good fun.
Yeah.
That just sounds like barely minted lemon mushroom. Minted lemon mushroom. Just sounds very.
Dan Kramer says I need a button of just Colin sitting there with a blank look.
I'm sure if Chris will put Colin on like a full screen for like 2 minutes, somebody can make an animated GIF of Colin going.
You've just
That looks almost pornographic when you go like that, Cole.
You're gonna have to put some tumbleweed music on the back of it as well.
Can anyone do a cricket noise? I can't do a cricket. My mate can do a perfect cricket
Chirp,
noise.
chirp, chirp, chirp.
He does it
It's
like
that
a whistle.
howling
But
coyote in the background, isn't it?
he does
There
it,
you go
He
then.
does it like a whistle.
There
but
you
it's
go,
a
folks.
perfect cricket noise.
At 31 minutes into the stream, or actually 46 minutes into the stream, you've got to find that and do that.
Yeah. Where are we up to? Dan Kramer says Chris needs a. We've done that one. Skipper scale model.
No, you're not getting away with that. You're not getting away with that. Look at the camera.
Curses,
Yeah.
curses.
You ain't getting away with that, mate.
Oh, at least I caught myself.
Yeah, he didn't just read the whole thing out blatantly, not ignoring everything.
Yeah, nobody ever does that. Skipper scale model says Dave Cardboard, drink along with Ted. I like the sound of that. And then Mayhem Model Work says every time Ted drops a part, you take a shot. You'd last about 2 minutes before you need the hospital.
I like the pictures Mayhem puts in above that to give Colin some instruction as to what to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Although we've got it in the wrong order now, it should be. I should be doing that now.
So it's a bit of that, is it?
Do we tell him when we finished?
No, keep going.
Look at the post.
Whereas Sergeant Bones says belly homemade mac and cheese with sausage. Bench has a mess to be worked on.
I saw that as Wi-Fi sausage.
Wi-Fi sausage.
I
Yes.
thought, I don't know what Wi-Fi sausage is, but it's all right. It's fine.
Probably about, I don't know, not 2 megasec or something. I don't know. That's a terrible joke. I'll just shut up. Dan Kramer says, I didn't even know they offered the McRib in the UK. That's awesome. The McRib is global. It's like finding a Pokemon shiny, or even a shiny Pokemon. It's just... Peace is a Scottish sandwich, says Donald Mackenzie. Okay. Now
Why not call it a sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Kramer says, I took a train from Dallas to Chicago 20 years ago, and I saw some amazing artwork on train cars. Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
There used to be some fan. A couple of roads away from me, there was like a green, like BT box. You get the green like telecoms boxes on the side of the road, just cabinets and stuff. And there was all bits of like crappy graffiti on there, just all normal chavvy bits and stuff. But then somebody had stenciled in a face, and it was dead simple. It was only a few lines of black spray paint. They'd obviously made a mask and stenciled it in.
Yeah.
But it was this kind of little round face, and it was kind of going like that.
Yeah.
But it was beautifully done, and it was above the level of graffiti. It wasn't graffiti, it was a little piece of art. And it was there for about 10 years until the engineers sprayed over it. And I'm like,
some of the artists and that, when you see this graffiti, it's spectacular. It really is. And it's like, that's art. It's like some of the pavement artists you see, they're stunning.
Yeah. Ted says, I did some graffiti on rail carriages. Model ones, I should add.
Yes. Graham M says, peace is a Scottish for sandwich, as I've just noticed 10 other people have already said.
Yeah. Anders has given us a translation for my well-said Swedish dish. It's ground veal cream egg yolks coated in breadcrumbs. Ooh. So we got that completely wrong.
So Vollenberger is veal burger, effectively, or veal.
He does say potatoes is potato, though.
Yeah, I like patatis. That's my favourite word now. Patatis. Let's have a look. Up to Zazda says meatballs from IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
He's channeling
he
Colin,
does say
that.
Grad sauce, crude sauce is cream sauce.
Grud sauce.
Oh.
Dave Cardboard says Hazlitt is baby Haz.
All right. Graham said
it's a baby. Did that just go straight over Colin's head then?
Yeah, I weren't paying attention again. Sorry, I was highlighting the comment so that I remembered where I was. Oh, God, Ben, I'm doing well tonight. I'm sure I've taken the right medication.
Zonderkraft Fahrzeug auf.
I'll give up. I've given up. Oh, right.
Ted, for the love of God, change broadband provider.
Did you read out? Did you read out Graham M's one?
One of them. I don't know. What do you say?
Hazlitt equals posh spam.
No, we didn't get to that part yet. People have just been saying that Zedster says Hazlitt is a meat product. Ostrich says Hazlitt is a kind of sausage meat. Mayhem says, is a spicy ham thing filling?
I don't want my thing filled, really, with spicy ham. If I
Yeah,
can.
Andrew Preston says it's like corned beef, and the geezer above, David Moore, says it's like meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
What, the big bloke?
EC Idaho says meatballs in barbecue sauce cooked in a crock pot. Very good, and yes, all gone each time. Leftovers. Crock pot's like a slow cook, isn't it? So
Yeah. Yeah, innit?
yeah.
I don't know why I just smelt that because.
Hazlitt, we've done that one. Wi-Fi sausage is Germany's first Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I get it. Sonderkraftfahrzeug 247 aus Fochen Bay. I remembered it, you know. It's ingrained in my brain since I did that review build. It's the only German thing I know now.
Look good.
I got told that my German was very good when I pronounced it in my review video.
Highland Boy says Wi-Fi sausage is faster than Ted's broadband.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all picking on Ted, bless him.
Yeah, Wi-Fi sausage is better. Ted's more like you know, chop. That wasn't really funny. It didn't really work. It didn't work in my brain.
Sergeant Bones says better. Sergeant Bones is better. He says definitely, even if it is the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mayhem says Wi-Fi sausage downloading at 4 links per second. And EC Idaho says embrained in my brain. Yes, there's some things in there, not much.
How have we caught up with chat? We got up to live chat. We're at live chat live.
I'm on live chat.
Yeah, how have we caught up with it? Type more, people.
Yeah,
do more things. Remember,
I'm
folks,
impressed.
Yeah, remember, folks, we are absolutely desperate for things to talk about with Ted not being here. So please do give us lots of things to talk about in chat. Ask us questions, anything you like. No religion, no politics. If you must ask a model making question, you can do, but it's probably not the best idea.
Yeah,
but yes, we'll do our best.
But I had real success with his question on Sunday when I asked it. I'm going to ask you two. What have you been up to this week?
So
don't say
onwards
nothing
with the show.
Because I had that Sunday, and I'll bring you both.
Not a lot.
Oh, not again. Oh, really?
No, I did. I started my Baneblade. I'm doing yes, I am doing a Baneblade. I did some work on the barrels that go on the back by filling in the back to the plastic card. But other than that, I've been doing other bits this week. I've not had much time at the bench, so
I did a little bit. I've been doing this Ridge Runner, and I've been putting extra guns and stuff on it.
Happy days.
Because I figured they were in the kit, so I might as well stick them on somewhere. So I have.
Yeah.
Foxx is going to show you a better one now.
Right.
I got one of them. Did you get that from Steve?
I got that from Steve. Yep, Steve B3 in the chat sent me one as well. And I have to point out, Jacqueline Stevens did send me.
Yes, I know. I know. Look at his little jellyfish.
Our friend Jacqueline who makes little crochet things. I've called him Squishy. He's an octopus.
It's your brother. Aye. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you, Jacqueline, for that.
Yeah.
I called him Squishy.
Yeah, it's cute alert, mate, isn't it? Cute alert.
I mean, your hamster's nice and all, but my Squishy's better.
Well, see, I called him Roger because I thought he was a rabbit, and then I had to quickly change his name when it was pointed out he was an hamster.
An hamster, you fool. I'm just trying to hang him up now, but you can't
conveniently called Harry the hamster, mate.
I did get a package from Steve. Why has my focus gone?
You've gone really fluffy.
I leaned away. Yeah. Hello.
Have you put Vaseline on the lens again, dear?
I'm still here. I got a package from Steve, which I opened not realising it was from Steve, and then quickly wrapped it up again because he said he'd sent something similar to Foxx. But as soon as Foxx has already opened his, then I might as well show you what I got from Steve as well.
I should also point out, I did also get a Funko Pop Space Marine, Space Wolf, Space Marine as well, but it's in the cupboard. I can't get him out.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I got that one.
Oh, yes.
He said, because he knows I like Terminator and it looks a bit like me.
It does. True. It's got a very, very strong resemblance, mate.
I haven't taken out a packet yet.
He said the same thing to me, because he said he got me a Space Wolf because he said it looks like me and I'm really angry about something. And I'm like, yep, that's me with my winter beard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your reaction when someone calls a Gundam a Transformer.
I'm like, what?
Or they mention Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, so I shall find a place for him to live. I wrapped him back up again because he said he sent something similar to Foxx, so I thought I can't show it off because Foxx hasn't opened his yet. So You need to get a 709 thing then.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to tattoo the side of your eye, mate, so that you got the same one.
Oh yeah, it's a bit more like Chakotay, isn't it? With the yes. So thank you to Steve, thank you to Jacqueline for
Indeed, thank you very much.
Lovely thing.
Happy days, mate.
Spid says, tonight's topic, discussing these weird monoliths which are appearing and disappearing. Is it aliens or aliens? There was only one
Hang on a
monolith,
minute.
wasn't there?
Colin hasn't said what he's been doing this week. He asked the question.
I've been doing my dragnet.
Oh,
it's a bit Starsky and Hutch because it just reminded me of my car I had when I was an apprentice.
what car was that, Colin? What car did you have when you were an apprentice back in the 1700s, in the black and white days?
Post it.
What did you have? Go on. What was it?
I had an Ilman Imp 1300 GT Foxx.
What was special about your Hillman Imp, Carl?
It was brush painted red with a Starsky and Hutch stripe on it.
I didn't know it was brush painted.
Are there pictures of this thing?
No.
Are there pictures of this thing?
Didn't have camera phones back then, mate.
No,
if
but
we
you
have
had cameras.
Mrs. Festival, she said there are photographs.
No. The dodo's been photographed more than me, mate. Mind you, though, someone did see my wedding photos the other day and was quite surprised. They now have named my wife Benjamin Button's sister.
I mean, I can't mock. I've got a rat rod Ford Fiesta with a shark mouth on it. So
yeah, I just thought at the time it really was quite hardcore, like. But then I'm like, what pilchard?
Now that thing you're building though, Cole, that kit you're building, that's like a proper vintage, like 1960s kit, isn't it?
Oh yes, big header off kit from '63.
Is it a re-release or is it like literally vintage plastic?
Vintage. It's that proper.
I know. I mean, is it literally
horrible...
was that particular kit made?
Yeah, you know that horrible white brittle plastic that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that like a modern reprint, or is it literally that box has been on a shelf for 50 years? And
no, it's a rebox that was done about 20 years ago. So, but yeah, you got the big creepy crawly creature that's going to go in there, and rat fink and all of that.
Rat fink.
So yeah, I'm going to paint him and then do a little dio with it all on, and it's just something quirky. It was only £8 on,
on the place. We just thought we'd max on that conversation because me and Chris have done like just nothing all week. So
yeah, I thought I'd go for it because it failed miserably yesterday, and I thought I'd try you two tonight because you might be a bit better.
Worse, and
it's failed miserably again.
Yeah, you can never rely on me or Chris for anything.
Note to self: do not ask other modelers what they've been doing during the week.
Paul Lyons tells us what he's been doing during the week. Paul Lyons says, is it wrong that I've just started on the tubs of Christmas chocolates, and is it worse that I've got 6 tubs? If you've got 6 tubs, you need to start them earlier rather than later. You can't leave them all till the last minute.
I cannot possibly draw anyone's attention to the empty tub for the Cadbury's Heroes or the Celebrations or the empty Quality Street tub that's in the kitchen already. I can't point them out at all.
And this is the man who wondered why he had to go out and buy extra big clobber.
Larger clothes.
Yeah. I wonder why all my pants didn't fit no more.
Yeah.
We weren't going to mention that, Colin. He said not to say that live on air.
Oh, did he really? I kind of forgot, mate. You know me, I've not been paying attention, Chris.
Well, we made the terrible mistake of putting them under the tree for Christmas, but unfortunately under the tree is perfectly accessible at all times of the day. So both me and Mama Fox may have slightly eaten most of the Christmas chocolates already.
No wrong with that.
Nothing? No, well.
Saves it going off, Fox, because you never know it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just going to go off otherwise, isn't it?
Yeah.
B3 says, glad you like them, lads. Wait till you see Dad's. Apparently sent one to Dad as well. And then like 5 seconds later, Dad pops up in the chat saying, yoo-hoo. So,
as if by magic. Hey,
evening, Dad. Welcome.
Hi, mate.
He says, I've just seen that channel. I've seen that comment, Steve, and he's a little bit worried. So, yeah.
Yes.
That's talking about
B3. Oh, yeah, there we go. Fox, welcome to 49, says Easy Haddo. Thank you very much. Mind you, 48 was a bit of a rubbish year, so let's hope 49 is a bit of a better year than 48 was. Because 48, we can kind of forget that one, I think.
Yeah.
Muse is in, says she might be here.
Hello, Muse. You all right?
Yeah.
Are you doing that walking in limbo to the coffee pot?
Yeah. Well, between coffee pot and coffee is always limbo.
Absolutely.
Swigging Pig is in. And we've run out of conversation in chat. So please ask us many questions. Ask us many things.
Yeah.
Dave Cardboard says, years ago, someone round our way had a Morris Marina. If that isn't bad enough, he'd clad bits of it with polyfiller and set little animals into it.
Why would you?
Oh my God.
No.
I could sort of understand the polyfiller thing if you've got a dent and you don't know what you're doing and just want to make it look like you haven't got a dent. But
Yeah.
I don't get the putting animals in it.
Yeah. Graham M says Hillman Imp equals rear wheel drive mini.
We have a guy that drives round here who's got a VW camper bus painted exactly like a Frisian cow.
Okay.
No idea why. And it's been beautifully lowered and everything. You know, it's proper mint, but he's just painted it like a Frisian cow.
Zadster says we need to find a Matchbox Hillman Imp now. I can see what's going to happen there then.
Someone did do it and posted it on my page. Yeah.
Ostrich 90 Betrillion, or his German cousin Österreich 9 Millionen. 9,000 says, I've already eaten 6 mince pies in 2 days. I'm not sorry about it.
Anders Ericsson says, question, have you people ever accidentally bought doubles of things, model related or other? Yes, continually and still do.
Yeah.
Occasionally, not very often, but yes, it happens.
Yeah. Mama Fox likes buying things on Amazon, which doesn't always necessarily read the amounts or the quantities on the descriptions.
Yeah, I did it most recently. I was looking for a tube of no-nails and I knew I'd bought a box of 3 of them and couldn't find it. So I ordered another one, went to open the cupboard to put them away, and there was the box of 3 in it. So I've got 6 now. It's like...
Yes, well, I think we've got like, I think we ended up with like about 6 big massive bottles of Sprout sauce, which is fine because I actually happen to like it, but so that was a happy accident for that. So,
Dan Kramer has a real question to inflict upon us. He says, what is your preferred method of simulating fabrics like tarps, canvas, etc. on models? It will all depend on the scale of the model and what you're trying to do. Basically, you want something that looks like a smaller version of what it is. So if you're doing a tarp, you need a thin bit of tissue paper or a thicker bit of tissue paper if you're doing it in 1/12 scale or
crepe bandage. That can also do some fabrics, bit of old tea towel, wet wipes. I remember Dave Barker doing that as a tarp on a car build.
Yeah. I mean, the smaller your scales and the more closer to real life, the more you can use materials with textures in them. So if you're doing like a 1/6 scale figure, you can start using materials that have some grain to them, like baby wipes or tissues, because they've got that fibrous grain. If you're doing like a 1/35 figure and you want to put a cloak on him, you're not going to use a bit of kitchen tissue because it's going to have an obvious grain to it. So that's where you get into using like thin putties and stuff. I've made
a tarp over my 144 Falcon, and I used a very, very thin bit of tissue paper, and it looks like a thick tarpaulin that's been thrown over it because of the very, very big, small scale.
I've done tarpaulins out of, I've used toilet roll, and you just literally put it on there and you just soak it in like thinned PVA glue, and you keep doing it until it assumes the shape of the thing that's underneath it. You do it before you paint the model, ideally.
Here's one then. Sorry.
Also, I have used as well on a 1/35 Opel Blitz truck. I wanted to suggest a folded up tarp, like a canvas tarp. I didn't want a texture in it, so I got a post-it note and I folded it, and I soaked the post-it note in lots and lots of Tamiya extra thin because that's all I had at the time. And eventually, it just softened the paper up and it folded down into what looked like a folded up canvas tarp. And then I painted it. And it had a very subtle texture to it, subtle enough that it worked at 1/35. It wouldn't work if you wanted to drape it over something because it was a post-it note, it's too thick. But for a folded up tarp on the flatbed, it looked pretty spot on.
Sprogo Addict's got a brilliant question. He says, question, when Hollywood make the eModels movie, who do you want to play you?
Well, apparently I've got to be Sean Connery.
Smashing. I don't know. Why don't we ask the viewers?
Brilliant question, isn't it?
It is, but it'd be better if everybody else answered who would play us. We can't answer ourselves
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
we're all going to just say the most talented, gorgeous-looking actor.
Oh,
possible.
mate, I've got 2 in mind, but I'll wait until the audience have done theirs.
Dan Kramer says he's just looked up what a Hillman Imp is, and he says it's the most British car I think I've ever seen.
Oh, mate, dogs, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually had 2. We had 1, then I think later on we had a second one. So we have memory. I have memories of getting into a Hillman Imp on a hot sunny day in shorts.
Yeah, if you
Final
slam the
seats.
driver's door, the passenger door would just go. So
Oh, yeah.
the wife had to hold that closed whilst I shut mine.
The days of driving up to Blackpool in a Hillman Imp and just watching the motorway pass by under your feet was great.
Oh, mate, we used to go round London in that little imp, smoking a lot of good, and it was. Oh, dear.
EC Idaho tells me that Sean Connery passed away. Yeah, I'm aware that he's not with us anymore, but
Absolutely.
as it was mentioned earlier.
Dan Kramer says he was thinking about 1/35 for the tarpaulin thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, tissue paper, toilet roll would be good, but a nice fine toilet roll. If it's a flat, like I said, like flat on a not over a surface, then
Yeah.
post-it notes are really good, or just really thin paper, but you have to really soak it and get it to bed down. But toilet roll's great as long as it's not too textured.
Yeah.
And thinned PVA or Elmer's glue because you're in the US.
Mayor Model Works is saying he's looking for a 3D printer, but he doesn't know whether to go for resin or PLA. PM me, mate. I will go through it. Depends on what you want to print, mate.
Yep. Or in fact, send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk
Yeah.
and then we'll get Colin on to Colin for you because he won't know where to PM you. So
Oh, he probably will. You can find Colin.
John Grubb says Hazlitt is a pork meatloaf with herbs, and for some reason my brain inserted the word medicinal in that sentence. I read it as Hazlitt is a medicinal meatloaf with herbs.
Yes, the medicinal meatloaf. Yeah. Ostrich says that Jennifer Lawrence should play all of us, and he'd watch that film. I think that says more about you than us.
Yeah.
Lee Barrett says Kenneth Branagh for Foxx.
Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah. And Paul D. Tommaso says Seth Rogen can play Foxx.
I don't know who Seth Rogen is. The only problem is, of course, I won't know who most of these people are because I'm just Bones. I'm just Temperance Brennan. I don't know most things.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Someone just said, Sprue Glue Addict said David Bellamy for Foxx.
Yeah, except I believe in climate change, so yeah.
Mark Scope says Bill Maynard to play Chris. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Bill Maynard, old British actor from the 80s. He's in a TV series.
Yeah.
I probably know him, but not by name.
David Moore says Dick Van Dyke to play me and Danny DeVito for Chris.
Paul Lyon says Zach Galifianakis. Who's that? I don't know who that is. I don't know who's that. Where are we up to?
Blessed Monkey says Fox could be Brian Blessed.
Yeah, Brian Blessed for Fox.
Well, Phil Lewis says, who would Marty Feldman play? Well, I've got the squint, so it'd be perfect for me.
Yeah. Paul Line says I'd be played by Ray Winstone. You got one of my guesses bang on there, mate. So
even I would have guessed that one.
I would have had the physique of Jason Statham.
Obviously, yeah.
And the voice of Ray Winstone, because it's obvious, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Jacqueline Stevens says Sophie Ridge to play Fox. I don't know who Sophie Ridge is. I don't.
B3 says Alexis Sale for Colin.
Yeah, hello, John Gottman.
Oh, yeah. Colin would have to be played by Ray Winstone. He played Claude Greengrass on Heartbeat. Says Adster. That's you know Heartbeat.
Oh right, yeah.
I know it because Mama Fox watches it.
Ostrich 9000 says Christopher Walken should play me.
I was about to do a Christopher Walken impression then, but I can never do it.
He's got such a unique way of delivering language, isn't he, that bloke?
I can hear it in my head, but if I try and do it, it's not going to work. I'll just stick to doing Arnie, and that's a safe place.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken would have to be Ted, I think.
I'm doing Christopher Sitting.
I see what he did there. Tumbleweed plays on aisle 5. Who would we have playing Ted?
EC Idaho says Jeffrey Palmer for Chris.
We'd have Fox's microphone playing Ted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have I shown the viewers what that looks like?
Yeah.
Have you put a tash on it yet?
Not yet.
Then yes, you have.
Sprugler
I think
Addict
I
saying Anthony Hopkins. For me, I know it's uncanny, isn't it?
I do need to get another one and then just make that into moustache.
Ice Queen saying no, she don't think so for Jason Statham because she likes Jason Statham.
Foxx has got to be Arnie, says Plastic Monkey. Apart from the entire physique and everything, it's.
I don't know. You might get away with it.
Maybe Arnie
Arnie'd
now.
look at me. Arnie'd look at me and be like, "You came here in that thing."
Yeah. Who's that wearing the sack?
Yeah. Mr.
Fulton
Bean for
Mackay
Ted.
would play Ted. Yeah, the guy. Yeah, Mr. Mackay out of Porridge.
Yeah. I've forgotten his name. I was going to. Never mind. The joke's died
Fulton
now.
Mackay.
Yeah, no, I was gonna do his comment, but I was gonna say Arkwright, but it's known as not Arkwright. What,
No, it's
Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Fletcher. Colin, your way of delivering language is good as well, says Anders.
That ain't what my English teacher used to say. She used to go, "What am I gonna do?"
I was going to say, did they have a hand shape?
Yeah, of all the years she'd been teaching, she hadn't apparently come across the pupil that struggled with language like I did.
I bet you were shocked to find out that she did actually have a face. It wasn't just like that.
Yeah, I just thought she looked like that. Like she looked like she had the alien on the front of her face. Because my voice broke when I was 13, so I spoke like this at school, you know. And she's just like
report for English. It's like Colin Wilkinson English. As an English student, Colin speaks perfect Latin.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy for Fox. It didn't. Is he the one that played Bane?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a really weird face, Tom Hardy.
Yeah, just do that, innit, Tom Hardy.
No, when Gotham birds.
Mind you, though, I'd like the coat. That was a good coat that he had in that film.
Paul Lyon says Colin's teachers had post-it notes for him. I bet they did.
They did. They did, I must admit.
Did you have to have them stuck to your face? So do not punch.
But
do
she used to laugh with me about it because she used to choose me to read out the Shakespeare and stuff like that. Alas, Paul Yorick, you know.
Now you say she used to laugh with you. You sure it was with and not at?
No, it was with because she used to be. Wouldn't it be funny? So yeah.
Muse has got to go. Have fun. Had time for retail hell. Yeah, enjoy yourself, Muse.
I guess you're going to work
Yeah.
there.
Mayhem Model Works. Mayhem Model Works does all of us. It says Chris, Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Oh, good shout.
Fox, Brian Blessed. Yeah, give you that. Colin, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ted, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. Yeah, Walter White.
I thought we were going for the whole Ghostbusters there, but we didn't.
I'm going to climb the volcano and then I'm going to eat it.
Kevin Stevens says Vinnie Jones to play Fester, Dennis Wise to play Chris, Windsor Davis to play Fox, and Prince Charles to play Ted.
I fully support Windsor Davis to play me. Oh dear, how sad. Never mind.
See, I can't say what I want to say in Windsor Davis's voice because it's family show.
Hairy planes.
Oh dear, you know what? It's that time again. It's time for Fox.
Oh God, is it? It's always time for Fox.
I've got to put him there and press that button to do that again.
Never be time for Fox.
We're all set up for you as well, aren't we? So you can do your own introduction and stuff and things.
Yeah, your what's in store terms and all of that. And
this is not fair that I have to do the introduction to my own section, but when it's your section, I have to do the introduction to your section.
Yeah, but Wibble, you're the hostess with the mostest, aren't you? You know, you've got good vocabulary, haven't you?
You're just slackers. I carry the lot of you. I really do. I don't really. Yes, welcome. It's time for. I'm assuming it means it's time for what's in store, as there was no actual segue there from Chris. It just dumped
I did it subtly.
Yeah. So yes, it's time for what's in store. It's my what's in store this week. However, squeaky chair. However, I've got it super simple. I've kept it super simple because I wasn't in a thinking mood this morning.
You say that like it's different to normal.
No, because normally I have a bit of a challenge to it, but today was really like I was really like half asleep, so it's not exactly complicated, and it is also apt given situation that's happened today. So we'll find out. But yes, it's what's in store. There is a theme. We're not giving a mug away this week, but it's just for fun. But we are going to be pulling. No, let's just start that again. Stop. Let's start that bit again. There's no mug giveaway this week, but we'll do a theme and we'll pick a winner from the chat. So I'm going to go through the what's in store. When I come back at the end of it, I will ask you what the theme is, and whoever says the theme correctly first in the chat gets a big box of nothing. And a hurrah and a hearty salute from everyone on the live stream. So make sure you're up to date with the chat. Hit the refresh button. What was that? Did you go hurrah?
Yes. I heard you say you wanted a hurrah, so I gave you a hurrah.
Hurrah. Hurrah. Yes,
Colin didn't. He wasn't paying attention, sir. Colin wasn't paying attention, sir. He didn't want a hurrah.
No, hurrah, and I was just about to do a refresh and drag for him. Refresh and drag.
Yes, Colin, we're live.
I know. I had looked at the post-it note because,
Yes, so anyway, it all went horribly wrong there. So yes, I'm going to do what's in store. I'm only stalling because I've forgotten what I need to do to go to what's in store. So let's just.
You don't need to do anything. You need to get your window ready, and I shall make it appear majestically and magically, just like this. If I go 3, 2, 1, you're back in the room.
You know that idea, Chris, that you had for him doing the buttons next week? Do you think
Yeah,
that might be a bit soon?
it's going to be fun next week.
Chris wants me to do the buttons next week, and it's like, it's
well,
new
I thought
buttons. I don't.
Sooner or later, I'm not going to be here. I might be ill or dead.
No, Chris, you'll always
missing.
be here. You'll never be any. You'll never leave us. You'll never leave us.
It could be worse. I could do them, and then it really would degenerate into chaos, wouldn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's crack on, shall we? So, yes, there is going to be a theme. Just try and guess what the theme is. I need to make sure I'm actually on the thing and myself. So, there is a theme tonight. It's dead easy. Don't overthink it. So, first of all, we are starting with all the names of the models are underneath my camera. Fantastic. We're starting with the Mini Art 135th Repair on the Road 170V Cabrio and 4 figures. And I have to say, the guy at the back who's looking pretty chipper with his hand on his hip looks just like Bob Mortimer. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like Bob Mortimer. I can't get that out of my head. And the officer at the back who's looking very smug. He's like a British officer, but not pointing. So yes, it's one of Mini Art's wonderful little kits. We've said it before. Companies like ICM and Mini Art, they always make less common themed kits, either kits like this where you've got a vehicle and figures working on it, or just vehicles that you don't often see from the mainstream manufacturers. And Mini Art kits are really quite nice. They are rather pleasant. So in this one, you get not only the vehicle itself, but also you get the 4 dudes working on it. You've got the officer and his lieutenant, I would assume, or lieutenant, who clearly aren't going to lower themselves with the manual labour of fixing the car. And then 2 guys under the hood, as our colonial cousins would say, having a fiddle and getting it working. And that looks fantastic. I like all the bits on the back there. So
I thought they would have had at least one bloke kicking the tyres, though, Fox, didn't you?
Yeah, that's British. The Germans. See, this is really a model that wouldn't really exist because it's German engineering, so it shouldn't ever need repairing anyway.
Absolutely.
Maybe they're just looking at it to see how it works so well.
Yeah, they're just so in awe of how it works and doesn't break down.
Yeah, they're impressed with its technical prowess.
So yeah, it's
although
a nice
Dave Cardboard does say, "Why is that guy vomiting into the engine? That won't fix it."
But yes, I also wouldn't want my hand in the engine compartment while the other guy's turning the crank handle like that. There, that's a bit.
But I nod my head, you hit
it. Yeah.
Hit it with hammer.
So it looks like a really nice vehicle with lots of little bits of stowage and things on it as well, little bits of rope and stuff. But the figures look really good, and it's going to be a nice kit. That 135th. I'd be quite fancy that myself just for painting the figures, to be honest. And you do get some photo etch as well for the grill and other bits and bobs in the vehicle. So for 35 quid, absolutely a steal. That one, I would get that just because it looks brilliant and it looks a bit different. It's a diorama in a box. It's almost like a diorama in a can. You just need to put the diorama underneath it. Yeah. So you've got your little diorama pre-made there for you. So yes, I like there's a decal sheet included in the box, like every other model ever. It's quite quaint. So yes, that's the Mini Art 135th Repair on the Road 170V Cabrio and figures. Next up, we have Das ist richtig, the German Field Maintenance Team and Equipment Set. Going a bit classic Tamiya here.
How much maintenance does a field need?
It depends on
what stuff for.
It could be a special field. I like the fact they're all kind of fixing something invisible, or they're fixing a part of the equipment they use to fix things. It looks like
no, he's dropped his contact lens while he was fixing something, and they're looking for it.
No, this is Ted. Ted's dropped a component on the floor for his
It's
latest
the
build.
carpet monster, isn't it?
Oh, so yes, this is a classic Tamiya set. 2 dudes and a whole mess of field equipment. So this is the kind of thing you buy. You wouldn't necessarily buy this just to make it. Well, you could do, but it's the kind of thing you buy because you've got a model of a vehicle and you want to do a diorama, and this really just makes your diorama become much more interesting. Instead of building a vehicle like a tank or a truck and you've got it on a bit of road with a bit of broken building, why not have it that they're working on it, or they're doing some work and the truck's just driving past? These are the sets that Tamiya does, and companies like ICM and Mini Art do now, where they're just extra things to make your dioramas really come to life. So you get the 2 dudes and you get all the bits and bobs. Now, do keep in mind, of course, for some reason, Tamiya started not painting their demonstration models very well. You could paint these much better than those. But I like the look of that. There's lots of bits of stuff and greebles and tools and equipment. It's 1/35th scale, so no matter what project you're doing, you could scavenge lots of bits from here. Have lots of fun with that. I've used Italeri truck stop kit parts on so many models. This is just a goldmine of greebles and bits and bobs. So check it out. The 135th German Field Maintenance Team and Equipment set. Next
Dan
up.
Kramer says, I really want that set. Well, you know what you've got to do. Ted's even put it in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Slap it in your basket.
Yes,
But
and don't
you've got to
forget.
remember that.
It's not yours till you check it out.
Well,
Good girl.
yeah.
Yes, we don't know how many of these they've got in stock. Being the world's, they're not the world's largest Tamiya stockist, being the UK's largest Tamiya stockist, they probably have quite a few. But we don't know how many of these they've got in stock. So if anything tickles your fancy, don't hang around, get it in your basket and check it out, because they might have one, and if you put it in your basket and somebody else buys it while you've got it in your basket, it's gone. So don't leave it hanging around.
Dan does say the
next...
shipping to the US from eModels is a bit much. Well, yeah, if you're just buying the one kit, so buy more.
Yeah, buy
and,
many
and
things.
then it's more cost effective.
Yeah, buy many things.
Probably doing the well bin slightly on fire as well, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah. Now, what's next? Next we have, you knew it was going to happen. You know it's my what's in store.
Dun, dun, dun. Is
You know
that a
you're gonna
Warhammer, Foxx?
That's a Warhammer, that is, Fox. You knew you were going to get some Warhammer. We have the Games Workshop Adeptus Mechanicus Skitari. Yes, the Adeptus Mechanicus sort of partnered with the Empire of Man. They are post-human humans living on Mars at the Great Collapse, who reunited with Earth later on and now fight alongside the Imperium of Man. And they are responsible for all the technology that the Imperium of Man uses in its fight against Xenos scum and all the tyranny and forces of darkness, and so on and so on. They're really cool. They're like kind of cyborg dudes that have sacrificed all their fleshy organs for mechanical parts. And they're actually, I can tell you because I've built the Skitari, they are fantastic little figures to build and to paint. They've got a real steampunk vibe to them. They're all these kind of like cyborg dudes. They've got cyborg legs and big flowy greatcoats. And they have these great weapons. This one with the long stick is called an arquebus. I love the name of it, arquebus, Arquebus. They're beautiful little figures. It's a squad of 10, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Squad of 10 or 9 with 8 with a Vox. There's a commander and there's the guy with the long range arquebus weapon. Doesn't matter if you don't play the game, they're still beautiful figures to build and paint. They're absolutely a joy to paint because it's all metallics and silvers and chromes and golds and stuff. They're beautiful little figures to paint. They're really great fun. And if you've never thought of, how do I get out of this now? Where have I gone? Hang on, there we go.
Teddy's asking if they're the ones that drive Bane blades.
They can be. I've done that thing again, haven't I? They can drive Bane blades. Bane blades. The Mechanicus are responsible for all the tech, making all the equipment and maintaining it for the most part. So they are the ones that make everything. But they are just beautiful little. Again, beautiful little figures.
Why are you?
I'm trying to get that. I keep forgetting it pops it up to a separate.
Look,
screen.
whatever you do, you're still having the buttons next week, right?
Yeah, stop trying to get out of it. Otherwise, we give them to Ted.
No, I was just hoping that the bigger pictures will be actually bigger, but they're not. So. Yes, they are fantastic fun to paint because they're mostly mechanical, so it's lots of little metallic bits. So quite good, great fun to paint. 25 quid, absolute steal. Go for it. They're beautiful, beautiful little figures. Next up, here we go. This one, even I like this one. Next up, we have Tamiya 135th M26 tank recovery vehicle. This looks like it's like 1960s or 70s, but this is World War II. This is what got me.
Oh,
This is a
man.
World War II vehicle. It was deployed at D-Day or just after D-Day to recover some of the tanks and vehicles. But look at it; it's fantastic.
And the thing is, you could have that as a like a post-apocalyptic, a post-apocalyptic thing, couldn't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, look at that. It's just fantastic. And it's not, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have eModels URL as the part of the official
I bet
US
it does, yeah.
Army
For
livery.
the famous one from World War II, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a beautiful vehicle. It looks fantastic. You can, like Colin says, you could really post-apocalyptic that up.
Are
Yeah,
you
and
not
get it
going to
looking
suggest that you could Warhammer it?
You could Warhammer it. There'd be absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. I would fully condone that.
Yeah, some orc greebles, mate.
B3
Yeah.
just says it's a cracking source of Greeblies. I've got 2 of them.
Oh yes, there you go.
Mm.
It's a weighty feel of the full-size vehicle is very apparent in the 1/35th scale model. It's of course compatible with 1/35th scale vehicles because that's the whole point. It's a
Yeah.
recovery. It's to recover tanks and that. Let's just see if I can find. There you go. Some examples. There's a Sherman, and there's a foreign evil bad guy tank. But yeah, they're just showing them like on a chain. I think you get chains with it. Let's have a look. Kit features abundant use of metal parts such as photo etch parts, pipes and chains, chrome plated and transparent parts used for various lights, rubber tires with real tread pattern.
Oh,
6
man.
types of decals are included, as are 4 figures, 2 types for the cabin and 2 standing figures. There's always a pointing officer or somebody somewhere outside. What have you got with the figures? The external figures. There you go. There's always like a sergeant and a bloke.
Is he looking up at that saying, "Where's the door?"
Don't you
How
climb
do I
up the
get
back
in?
and go in through the back?
Yeah. I'm getting a real sort of Thunderbirds vibe from that. I don't know why.
It really does talk to you, doesn't it? I can imagine that Warhammered up, actually. I think that would look pretty sexy.
I've got you converted on this Warhammer thing, haven't I? You started thinking like me now.
I have. I've got, because I've got the big one to do, haven't I, that I was sent. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really nice kit. 5669, absolutely brilliant. And it's one of the newer Tamiya kits because it's got photo etch and stuff in it, which is a more recent development for them. So, yep, you're going to get a lot of build fun out of that. It's going to take a long time to build it and paint it, and it's going to look fantastic. Next up, it's tool time. We have the Sharpener Needle Repair System, original pink limited edition.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you really need a pink needle sharpening set, this is the one you need because it's limited edition. Quite simply, as long as you do not have a Pash, airbrush, or a DeVilbiss dagger, because they do separate ones for Pash and DeVilbiss dagger, this works for all other airbrushes, and this is a way to straighten up your little dinged needles on your airbrushes. Now, I did read how it works earlier on, and I've already forgotten, and I don't quite know how it works, but basically, if you bend the end of your needle on your airbrush before you go off and buy a new needle, which can cost you like 15 quid, and before it's always in the middle of a project. So if you get yourself the needle repair kit, you can quickly get that needle straightened out again, and you can be back up and spraying in no time. It includes 4 custom-sized diamond grit sharpening stones, 2 600 grits and 2 1200 grits. Includes a 3000 grit polishing pad. Boasts a sleek design with a matte black finish.
Yeah, special pink black.
Yeah, special kind of black called pink. It's a limited edition pink one. It says runners located at the bottom of the tool allow for easy needle insertion and sharpening. It's also available in black. So I think you put the needle in the little hole at the bottom and then magic happens. I've not quite figured out how it works. But yes, if it always happens in the middle of a project, you're in the middle of spraying something and ping, you're spraying with the crown cap off, and then you go to clean the tip of the needle, or you put it in your airbrush holder and you forget you've got the crown cap off and you bend the tip of the needle and you say a rude word. Colin, look at your post-it note.
I am.
You are. And then, or you go to, I've done it before. I've done it so many times. Like occasionally you'll get a piece of like tissue just to wipe the needle off while you spray it.
Yeah.
But you forget you've got the crown cap off and you just stab yourself in the finger.
Yeah, I do that constantly, mate.
And it goes down to the bone.
Mm.
So pick yourself up the Sharpener needle repair system. It looks like it's pretty darn good.
I like the look of that. Yeah,
it might save your life. You can. These are the kind of things you can just do it yourself with a bit of sandpaper. But why not just get a tool that does it properly?
At least you know it's precision, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing it properly that way. If you're just trying to do it yourself on your workbench with a bit of sandpaper, it's a stopgap. If you do it properly, then at least you've just repaired your needle. You'd have to buy a new one then.
We've all sat there with a door hinge trying to straighten them out, and it's not the same.
Yeah, it's like me trying to fix my front porch door with the wrong screws. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, you've got to do your plane impression again, mate.
You can't. I keep forgetting you can actually see me, can't you?
Yeah, I
we
know,
can
it's
see you,
brilliant.
I'm so much in the habit of when it's what's in store, I can sit here like with take my clothes off and have a gin and
Yeah, no, Chris deliberately leaves us.
I was on the watch
so
out for you doing that. I was going to tell you otherwise. Yeah.
like Foxx, don't get naked again. Oh,
Yeah.
right, we've got one more. Last up, we have, and Ted asked that I add this one because when we do in the Facebook chat and we say we have a little guess and everybody tries to guess what the theme is, he guessed it wrong, but then he said, but if you add this last thing, it makes my first guess correct. So I thought, okay. So I've added the Tamiya 124th Toyota Model AA plastic model kit. I don't know why I said plastic model kit. This is, I think we featured this before. It's a beautiful kit. It's 1/24th scale, so it's massive. But it's one of Toyota's earliest cars from 1936. Before they were the Toyota with the TA motor company, they were the Toyota Automatic Loom Works Company. And I think this was their first car. And it looks fantastic. It's got loads of funky detail. It's got Tamiya's typical a bit lifeless paint job. So obviously when you build and paint this yourself, you'll give it a bit more depth and a few washes here and there to give it some depth and shading. They just do a flat paint job on theirs. But it looks fantastic. And I love the fact it's actually got a Japanese driver.
Yeah.
It just makes it. And of course, it's like a bloke in 9. And it kind of looks like a person they based it on. I can't help thinking that's like one of the guys that works at Tamiya that made the model, just for the reasons, because it's like an Easter egg, because it's such a good face. I'm not used to seeing Tamiya faces in 1/24. I'm used to seeing 1/35. So it's a beautiful little face on that dude there. Let's see, it has decals. It's 202 millimeters long. It's got finely finished metal plated parts for the front grille, headlight parts, and more. Breakdown of the model mimics that of the real Model AA. The body is placed directly onto the detailed ladder frame. There's a detailed leaf spring suspension, metal plated hubcaps, detailed interior, including with highly realistic driver figure. He doesn't look very happy. He looks a bit like, oh, I've got that meeting today. I'm going to get my backside handed to me by the boss.
I assume there probably was a Mr. Tamiya at some point.
Yeah.
So it
yeah, I mean, it could be
him.
they've made him look like the guy that's founded Tamiya. It could be. I don't know. Metal plated parts are utilized to recreate bumpers, front grille, and windshield wipers. And it looks fantastic. It doesn't look like it's massively complicated, but then again, those cars in those days, they were quite simple anyway. So it's kind of a nice subject. They can probably recreate a lot of the mechanical side of it quite accurately because they wouldn't have had a high number of components. And I think that looks fantastic. It's a wonderful looking car. Let's see if we can get a better look at the actual car. Yeah, that looks real nice. I'm not sure about the pink paint job though. There is a certain grace to 30s and 40s cars that you just can't. It doesn't matter how hard you try now. Modern cars are just rubbish. Modern cars are just rubbish. Let's just be honest. There's no such thing as a good-looking modern car.
Jelly molds, aren't they, mate?
Yeah, it's just boring. You've got the full chassis detail under there and the leaf springs. That does look rather nice, actually. And the dude design. And 1/24th, of course, is going to be nice and big. So if you're into your cars, it's a bit of an unusual kit because again, you've got all your classic Fords and your classic American and English cars. How many classic Japanese vintage cars do you make models of? Not many.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, check it out. It's the Tamiya 1/24th Toyota Model AA. So that's everything. I shall quickly go through. Remember, don't answer in chat yet. So we have, remember, there is a theme. First of all, we have the mini art of 1/35th repair on the road, cabrio, and 4 figures. I like that a lot. We have the Tamiya 1/35th Field Maintenance Team. Deutsche Field Maintenance Team in Gefahrten. Ja, with the Spanner und the Kompressor. Das ist richtig. We have the Games Workshop Adeptus Mechanicus Skitari. Lovely little figures. They are really cool. If you do get these, by the way, my advice is to not glue the torso onto the legs until you've painted the inside of the greatcoat. Glue the legs onto the base and assemble the torso separately, and then glue the torso and the legs together when you finish painting. Just my handy tip there. Otherwise, you'll never paint around the back of the greatcoat. The Tamiya 1/35th M26 tank recovery vehicle. We have the Sharpener needle repair system, original pink limited edition. And last of all, the Tamiya 1/24th Toyota Model AA. So there we go. That is what is in store. I shall come back to you now by the magic of Chris.
I
pressing
can
buttons on my
make you
behalf.
come back there.
Yes. Am I back now, dear?
You're there?
Yes. I shall say, what is the theme? Go.
Well, people are saying that. TK's appeared in chat and he's asked,
Hey,
he's
TK.
probably missed the explanation. Why does Chris look like he's wanting to be part of the Lion King or Jungle Book? It's just my Monday eModels hat for one of them.
In a real deep voice, just say Lyra.
Who?
Oh, never mind. You're rubbish, clearly. I'm not seeing any answers in chat unless my chat's fallen over.
It's just come along.
Is it? It's just coming along now, sir. Has my iPad stopped updating or something?
Probably. What's the
Or is
last thing you've got?
Is Evening All from Teeks?
Oh, that was ages ago.
It's just under TK's.
Let me refresh then. There we go. All right, let me just. Yeah, my chat had fallen over. Hang on. Let me refresh and I'll tell you who won.
Refresh a drag.
It's
Paul
a
Lyon says,
drag.
is it Fox's Christmas list for Santa?
Fox's
Yeah.
Christmas list for Santa would involve much beer. Do they drive a Baneblades? A skipper. The Dragon Wagon. That's a very smart kit. I'm catching up now, aren't I? Right. So.
I'm not sure whether it's the person under my name because I can't even remember whether I guessed the theme or not.
I'm seeing no comments after Teek saying Evening All.
Well, in that case, I think
Something's
you'll
gone wrong, I think.
find. I'll read out what we've got, and you can decide if they're correct.
Okay.
Graham M says mechanics and recovery repair type people, things, and vehicles. Spruglu
Nice
Addict
catch-all
says
there.
letters. Osric says the correct answer first in chat. Andrew Preston says repairman.
Oh, I've got the chat now. Hang on, I've got it now.
Be-
Sorry about this, folks. I'll just see if anyone's got the specific right answer. If not, I'll go for the closest answer.
You're still getting the buttons next week, even though you're inept.
I know.
He's trying, isn't he, Chris? I'll give him that. He's persistent.
I will give it to Graham M. Mechanics and recovery repair type people, things, and vehicles. It was roadside repair, basically. That'll do. That's close enough. So well done, Graham M. You win yourself a massive box of absolutely nothing, branded with no eModels branding whatsoever. And it'll be lovingly packed with no other things in the box at all. And it'll not be posted to you.
Yay.
With no Royal Mail. But well done. Thank you very much for joining in, everyone. Yes, I don't know what happened with my chat there. It just my iPad just decided.
TK says he broke it.
Yeah,
My-
TK broke it.
Yeah, my iPad was like, nah.
Mind you, though, Ted's been lurking in the chat, and if Ted's been pushing buttons in the chat,
God. There we go. That means Ted's broken everything.
That could easily be it. Yeah.
could be the
Right,
reason
so
why.
I assume I don't need to go back and explain the.
I think it was all pretty self-explanatory, to be honest.
Yes, I
so-
shall close down all my tabs now. Then there we go. Lovely.
Yeah. See, he's not been following your Chris techniques, has he? I mean, me and Ted
Yeah.
have upped our game a little bit, but we need to work on our Foxx, don't we?
What did I
Yeah.
do now or not do? Teek says, "Can you do it again?" No. Phil Lewis says, "So cheese was wrong then," and Graham says, "Yes, I knew it." I like the fact I knew it as you gave this answer that covered all the eventualities. I like
B3 says, sir, Graham answered before you said go. I didn't notice that, but it
I
could be
didn't-
true.
I clearly didn't
In that
notice.
case, nobody wins nothing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody wins nothing.
You've ruined it for everybody now.
What did
Yeah,
he win?
you
What
get
did he win, Colin?
nothing.
Nothing. Is that with a K at the end?
Yeah, with a K on the end, nothing. Not a damn
Nothing.
thing.
Nothing.
But there is still a chance to win something else, isn't there?
Yes.
It's a thing.
Just
If you weren't
stopped.
lucky enough to win nothing just now, then stick around
Maybe
because
you'll
in a
win.
minute you might win something.
Oh, you might be lucky enough to win something. Something.
There's a thing with a capital F.
I mean,
Yeah.
should I do it now? Can I do it now?
You can do.
I'll press a button now and do it now because I'm doing this bit as well as
Yeah.
doing all the buttons and all the everything and
is-
the looking pretty
This
and the
is
wearing the
probably
nice
going to
hat.
flow a lot smoother.
I've got a
now,
button
Chris.
to make things
Here we
appear.
go.
So we're giving
Everyone's
away
a critic.
one of them. The Revel 172nd Combat Set Messerschmitt BF 109G10 and the Supermarine Spitfire. You get one
Which
of
is far
each,
superior.
not just one, not just the other, but both.
Mm.
Not one, not two, but two.
Yeah.
Not one, not
two.
one, but two. Two, one and one makes two.
Not one, but
Uh,
6, but two.
Yes, let's have a look. See what we got. We got big pictures of the planes. Look, they look like that. You know which one's
Yeah,
going to win, don't you? Because it's bigger than the other one.
You get the most beautiful plane ever designed by humans, and then the evil bad guy plane, which
I mean, it's got big wings, so it's going to win, isn't it? There we go. That's all we get.
And you get to have a plane in each hand, and you can do airplane noises running around your front room, can't you? As they're having a dogfight.
What's the betting that if I click on more information, there's not going to be any more information?
Yeah, pretty much. No, that
it's
is
quite high, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually exactly the same information, formatted slightly differently.
Yeah.
Some people
so
like
yes,
to say
that's what you can win this week, or next week, really, because next week we shall do the draw for it. One of them and one of them, both of them. One of them and one of them
in one box. Yeah.
And that one and that one, that one and that one.
See, some people like to claim that the 109 and the Spitfire were evenly matched, but that's clearly nonsense because the Spitfire was British and therefore clearly had the advantage.
Absolutely.
Yes. We didn't think about anything about what to make them win this thing now, did we?
You didn't think about that sentence before you said it, did you?
I did. I thought that's exactly the sentence that I want to use. To win this, you have to put a comment on this video after it's become a video rather than being live. Don't bother putting it in the live chat now because we won't notice.
Yes.
But what should they put in there, Foxx?
What their fighter pilot nickname would be?
Yeah. If you're a fighter pilot, what would your nickname be?
Your call sign.
Yeah, you know, you've had the Red Baron and all of that. You know,
Broadsword, Danny boy.
What would their fighter pilot nickname be?
Yeah. So when this stream is finished, it's just a regular YouTube video on the eModels front page. Just put a comment on there, and just put down what your fighter pilot nickname would be, either current or World War II. World War II is probably funnier. Keep it clean and family friendly because we may show the comments next week. And next Monday we'll pick one at random using the random YouTube comment picker, which
randomly picks comments from YouTube randomly.
Yeah, that was not pre-planned at all.
I was paying attention as well.
I know you were very good. And yes, we'll pick a comment at random, and that person will win that little double kit there. So awesome times for all. Sergeant Bones says, "Oh, I could kit bash some Crimson Skies planes out of them." Oh yeah,
absolutely.
We could combine them both into like one Crimson Skies with the double wings. That'd be good.
Osric 9000 says, "Good little Christmas gift there for someone."
Yeah.
David Moores is just humming the Battle of Britain theme tune, so we've lost him.
Yeah, plenty of it. Flood the cowling. B3 says, "In the unlikely event I win them, I am I'll read that again. Let me just start that again." B3 says, using words, "In the unlikely event I win them, I am taking the wings off and putting the wheels on."
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't build anything as it comes in the box. If the day he just gets a kit and builds it is the day I just hang up my model making gear.
Absolutely. He's already put his fighter pilot name in as well. Yeah, put it in the video when we come off air, buddy.
Otherwise you won't win. Right. Is that? Right. That's everything really, isn't it?
I think that's everything. You're humming the Battle of Britain theme tune. We've done that one.
Yeah.
Plenty of it. Flood the cowling. There you go. Flood the cowling. Ooh, yes.
I dread to think of some of the names they're going to come up with now.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to be careful reading some of them out.
Just keep them family friendly, of course. You know, make sure they're family friendly.
And please hopefully next week Ted will be here as well, so Ted might read some out. So.
Yeah.
Yes, and please don't put like 35 comments in because we'll just delete them back down to one. It's Yes, be fair. What else have we got going on?
Nothing.
Anything?
Nothing.
Don't forget, of course, if you missed it last week, my video review for the eModels of the ICM 135th SDKFZ 247 Aus B, the Sondfahr. I'm not going to try and say it again. I've forgotten it already.
I was waiting for you to.
SD Sondfahr. I can't remember it now. The SDKFZ. That's up there. A video there to watch. Go and look. It's. I won't tell you what the review says, but yeah, go and watch it and then decide if you want to build it. It's a nice kit. Go and watch the review.
We've got to wait now. Teeks is going to give Colin a Dutch word of the day to say.
Right, jolly good.
So
I will say as well that the moment that video review that I did got posted up, it went out of stock. It's back in stock again now. If you've been waiting for it to come back in stock to get that little armored car, it's a really good kit. Go and check it out for what you pay for it. It's brilliant. You don't need to watch the review now, do you? I just never mind.
They're like,
Sonderkraftfahrzeug 247 Ausführung B. There you go. I just spend a week learning it.
There we go.
God. Cook
Kev.
and Princes. Cook and Princess.
Cooking Princes.
There you go. See, I'm
Is,
getting
it,
good.
is
I
that
do
something
Dutch
about
now.
royalty cookery show or something?
Yeah, Cooking Princes.
Yeah.
They're cooking with Prince's salmon spread, maybe.
Yeah.
Graham says, my day will come. Any spare mugs? Yes, if you place an order and buy one, they'll send one. If you give them money for a mug, they'll send you a mug. We did a mug giveaway last week, though, so and we're doing a giveaway this week, so it'll be next week we do a mug giveaway. Sergeant Bones says, well done, because I said, Sonderkraftfahrzeug 247 Ausfahrung Bay. I'm never going to forget that now. It's stuck there forever.
Yeah, Teep says it's an easy one. It's Kitchen Princess.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that's because his little daughter now has a little kitchen thing to play on, so she can do the cooking and stuff. I'm going to guess it's called the Kitchen Princess.
I thought it was either that or the fact that you said you've been in the kitchen recently, but
And I am a princess, so
Yeah.
yeah, there is.
Graham Roberts asking, where can I get 135th SAS figures for his Bravo 20 diorama? As Colin heard about it last week with a 135th Chinook. I would have thought Mini Art or someone like that. would have that sort of figure, wouldn't they? To me, people like that. So.
I mean, I would say have a look on, eModels.co.uk. Your one-stop shop for your model making needs. But yeah, if you see have a look on there anyway, because they've got a big selection of the ICM Mini Art stuff. If you don't see it on there though, but you do find somewhere online where they do make that kit, like if you find that say Mini Art do that specific kit, give the guys a shout. They can always get it in for you.
Yeah, they're still good.
Yeah, they can always get something in. If they've just not got it in stock, doesn't mean it doesn't exist, and they can get it for you. They are the UK's largest stockist of all the things you need to get. Officially.
yeah. So remember to come back next week because Foxx is going to have the buttons, so it's going to be great fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to not having to push things. And...
Oh mate, we're really gonna make him do lots of stuff, aren't we, for us? Yeah. Foxx, share this screen.
I would expect
zoom that in.
I'd expect an absence of the whole, what's in store banners and Colin's factoids and things. Don't expect any of that.
I could just feel a case of the thrips coming on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but whatever week you come back will be the week you come back to do the buttons. You've got to do it. Got to do as told.
Yeah.
I've
got a bit of
next week,
particularly throat coming on. I might not be here next week. You might have to do it all on your own.
Absolutely. Contingency plans, Chris, isn't it, mate?
See, they're cruel. They're going to make the viewers suffer me pressing all the buttons.
Hold up. You was cruel the last time Ted was off. I had to host. Yeah.
I'm never cruel. I'm just conniving. Manipulative.
Yeah, you're so nervous as well, aren't you? You're like...
Yeah, don't make me do the trumping. I've had a bottle of milk stout.
That's all right. Ted says he'll be back next week to help with the buttons.
Yeah.
Yay, no. I'll set the buttons.
That would be so funny.
I can't promise that I won't just rotate around the screens constantly, like all the time, to give everybody like fits. That might happen.
Yeah, but you will want to play with it. It'll be, what does this do? Click. Yeah.
Yeah, what does this do? Click. And this one. What about that one? I just pressed a button on my keyboard then and my ear made a noise. Has it got the thing where it does a page curl and it does the... Doesn't do that, does it? No. Also, you probably, I reckon as well, when I do it next week, the quality will be terrible because my computer was made in 1978.
Oh, the excuse is coming out now, Chris, why you can't do it.
Yeah, so stand by for potato cam from everybody.
Next one will be, my bandwidth is a little bit cluggy as well.
Yeah, broadband's been a bit wobbly today, folks.
Yeah, they're doing some work down the road on the broadband, mate.
Yeah. There's a man with a limp. Sorry.
Yeah. B3's got a good idea. He says, are we playing Find the Lady now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Which hat is it under? It's under one of these hats.
Yeah. What hat's the eModels mug under?
It's under Ted's hat. No.
Right. So round good night, everybody.
It goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
If I don't say good night now, they'll just keep going on for hours. So good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening for eModels Monday. We'll see you next week for more eModels Monday with added Ted.
But next week it'll be on next Monday, not this Monday.
Yes.
But it'll be this Monday then. But
It will
not
be
this
a Monday.
now.
And that Monday, there's only like 2 more Mondays till Christmas.
Ooh.
And it's going to be fun times because the man in the middle has the buttons. That one.
It's difficult. You gotta get the direction right.
Have we
it's
haven't
like-
decided. Have we decided yet on what date we're doing the Christmas bill? By the way, we haven't. Yet.
We haven't.
No.
I was thinking probably Monday.
No. What
Well,
Monday?
we're not going to
I
want to
think-
do a normal eModels show on the Monday, between
No.
Christmas and New Year, are we? So
No.
Yeah,
but I'm
just
going
do
to
it
guess.
then.
Yeah, it will be between Christmas and New Year, I suspect. But it'll be an afternoon jobby, I think.
Yeah, which means we had all forgotten about it and Chris hadn't.
Yeah, I forget nothing. I've got to start from scratch with it, and I'll get like 2 bits built, and then it'll be like, right, we're
you're
finished now.
still sulking because you've not had any preparation
I
time.
know.
haven't you?
It's
Yeah.
not normal. I need to do all the. Oh,
right. Gary Mem says there's mugs under all 3 of them. Thank you very much.
Well said,
Hey.
mate.
10 points.
Right, I'm going to press the button that finishes the show for the last time for a couple of weeks because I'm not going to press it next week. Ooh.
Oh, shut
I
up.
know.
I'm not going to sleep all week now. I'll be stressed and nervous.
So, good night. Oh, I had to put it like that, or you couldn't
Adios,
see me hand
neighbours.
waving. But
See you
Bye.
later, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Stay
If I was
safe.
sensible, I'd just do that and wiggle my fingers. It's a lot less effort than doing this.
Absolutely, mate. I'll go the
Good
easy
night.
I've just learned
route,
that
mate.
now. I've just learned that now.